Mm-mm-mm. Okay. Late stream. I normally don't even get on here this late. We're usually on late, but we never start this late. So, anyways, you guys, welcome back to the channel. This is the Real Nathan Daily. This wasn't supposed to be today's stream, you guys. We're supposed to stream tomorrow, and I just kind of couldn't help myself. We're supposed to stream tomorrow about P. Diddy and going over some legal stuff and some updates in reference to that. But for those who don't know, I did a video on this incident that happened recently in North Carolina. And um, let me see if I can drop the video in here before we even get started. Welcome back, you guys. Welcome back. As you guys know, I consider myself to be the law enforcement translator here on YouTube. I break down real police related cases, investigations from homicides to police body cam footage. Based off my experience, I kind of give you guys some clarity and I just educate you on the truth and really translate these things properly so you have a better understanding of what's going on. And you guys know I talk about other topics, but my bread and butter obviously is police encounters. You guys also know I work as an expert witness for police cases and issues, representing states or prosecutors or defense attorneys. It doesn't matter. And I travel, I do speaking engagements. You guys, there's a lot of experience over here on this channel. And I do this channel as I volunteer my services on this channel, you guys. It's not my full-time job. And so I just try to I understand there's issues in this country. Okay. We're all aware of the problems in this country. And sometimes we need a clear voice to kind of bring a better understanding from people who are knowledgeable, people who understand the process of these things, and also people who have background and experience in it, right? Okay, before I even get into all that, let me put my little hold on, let me put my little branding thing up, you guys. If you're not following on these platforms, please check me out on these platforms. So I have to get back on dropping videos on TikTok. I can't stand TikTok at all. I don't even like I don't like any of these platforms, to be honest, you guys. But for the sake of spreading the message, sometimes we got to get on here. So please check me out on Instagram, TikTok, you guys here on YouTube. So normally I don't do streams this late. I wasn't going to. I was prepping for my P Diddy stream for tomorrow. But I had to get on here and really start to kind of bring some light into the situation involving a very, very, very serious case. I did a video on this gentleman by the name of Javion Magee in reference to him being found deceased, all right, at the base of a tree with a rope around his neck, but he wasn't hanging, according to the authorities. It was a big deal when it came out initially because it was backed by one of his family members who was stating that they were not getting any assistance through law enforcement. Let me pin this too real quick. What I'm going to do is actually pin the link for people to come up for us to have a conversation. Let me see. Let me 1 second. Let me add this real quick. Before I even get into everything I need to get into, let me just start adding everything because I'm not gonna stop. We're gonna just roll through this. All right, hold on. Let me pin the link. This is gonna be for people to come up and give their thoughts after I kind of break down the situation and what's going on. Pop out chat reaction timestamp. They changed this. All right. How do you pin it? All right, paste this. I don't know how to pin it. Maybe I have to do this first. Okay. Here we go. All right, pinning the link for people to join the channel when they're ready, or they feel like they can't stomach what I'm about to say. Then I'm cool. Y'all can come up. As people roll through here, please hit the like button. Let me address all this. Feelings are gonna get hurt tonight. I'm just going to be completely honest. This video is going to hurt a lot of people's feelings, and that's okay. Um, bless your heart. It is what it is. But we have to talk about this because it's honestly it's getting way out of control. Way out of control. And there's nothing more disturbing than um people who are misinformed. Eh, where to the comment section? Okay, here we go. The most dangerous thing that goes on in our community, guys, just to be completely honest with you, are the lies. It's lies rooted in emotion. It's false information. It's disinformation. It's misinformation that's constantly being perpetrated by ignorant and uneducated people. You guys, the ramifications of that is extremely volatile. It's deadly. It's dangerous, and it can get a lot of people hurt. And what we're starting to see through this case with Javion Magee is that a lot of people, one person in particular we're going to talk about, I have some clips that I want to put up here and show by the name of Taylor House Publishing. I think that's what he goes by on his YouTube channel. You guys can check him out. We're going to play some of the clips from his channel. He has been investigating this situation on his own. Now, listen, I admire people who go to situations, they're boots on the ground, they're trying to get more information. They're independent journalists, right? They want to be independent journalists. There's a certain integrity that goes about doing that, right? There's a certain type of professionalism. There's a certain type of uh, impartial, I guess you would argue, there's a certain level of impartiality that needs to be in place before a person takes on the task of being a voice of reason, especially when it's a very sensitive topic where we know that within our community, within the Black community, we're very sensitive to racial conflict, right? Or things that may appear to be racist, things that might involve um, white people, the government. We're very, very, very uneasy about those things, and rightfully so. We all know the history. So the first video I did, I kind of broke down my thoughts in reference to whether or not this is a lynching or if he unalived himself intentionally, right? We can't say the S word on YouTube. So I broke it down and gave my thoughts and explained that there's a lot of different elements at play. I referenced the fact that I didn't like the way the sheriff handled the initial press conference, if you will, when he was speaking to the media. I felt like he did a very poor job, which sparked and spiraled this whole thing down the drain. So one act of improper communication amongst the masses has created a whirlpool of problems involving this case. And, here we are today. And we're going to talk about a lot of things that really just kind of a lot of things that are just unacceptable. Okay. And it leads to a bigger issue and a bigger problem that's exposing a lot of foolishness and ignorance within our own community and how easily we're deceived, how easily we're misled through emotion. And so before we even dive into all that, I want to play a news clip. And this news clip is the most recent update. Okay. If you guys want to check the for those who know, right? This video is for people who already know what's going on. I'm talking to those who are being misled. Okay. So for those who already know they're not being misled, you don't really have to worry about this video. This is really to help those who've been galvanizing under Taylor House Publishing and listening to his foolishness that he's putting out on YouTube. And I think it's maybe every day or twice a day he's putting out videos, or I think he's been live streaming, and every other day I'm going on YouTube looking for updates from the media to find out whether or not there's any updates in the case. And his video always pops up. So I'm like, okay, maybe he's heard something, right? Because I recognize the fact that he's passionate about the subject matter. I'm also understanding that, he actually physically went to the scene and he started recording. He's been talking to people. People have been sending him emails and calling him and giving him information. So I respect that. There's nothing wrong with that. The issue is the speculation. The issue is the bias. The issue is the ignorance, the overwhelming ignorance that's being produced from his content. It's just mind-blowing. It's mind-blowing. And this is not a negative, it's not a negative shot at him. This is really just kind of speaking the facts, right? Again, I appreciate what he's trying to do. I understand what he's trying to do, but it's very divisive, it's misleading, it's ignorant, and he doesn't know what he's talking about. I think it really just boils down to that, right? He doesn't know what he's talking about. He's not educated in the matter. He's passionate, but he's misled, right? And so this is for those who are looking for a better understanding on what's going on. I pinned a link to this stream. You're more than welcome to come up and ask any questions, allow me to clarify. Again, there's a lot of conspiracies behind this situation, and we're about to cover all the ones that I'm aware of. All right, so before we get into that, let me give you an update in regards to this situation. The news will explain it quicker and faster than I can, so we get right to the point. All right. That way we're all up to speed, and then I can show you exactly the things that I'm having issues with in regarding this case. Here we go.
The family of the Illinois man found hanging from a tree in Vance County is talking about his death, and they're asking for transparency in the investigation. Javion Magee was found dead in Henderson on September 11th. His death sparked many questions and gained national attention when it happened. WFMY News 2's Giselle Thomas is joining us live now. And Giselle, what did you hear from the family about his death and the timeline that's leading up to it?
Now, Javion Magee's mother and father are asking for prayers as this time as they are searching for answers into the cause of Magee's death. Now, their son, 21-year-old Javion Magee, was found dead under a tree with a rope tied around his neck on September 11th. Today, the North Carolina Chief Medical Examiner's Office says Magee did not have defensive wounds and there was no sign of any assault. So far, this is what we know. Vance County Sheriff's deputies tell us Magee was transporting a load from Pennsylvania to a Walmart in Henderson with a final destination to visit family in Texas. I want you to listen closely to the timeline released by the Vance County Sheriff's Office from September 11th, the day before Magee's body was found. Investigators say Magee dropped off the load at Walmart around 12:30 p.m. Vance County sheriffs say a few hours later, Magee circled back to the Walmart. Video shows him walking inside around 6 p.m., buying a blue rope and leaving a few minutes later. When he left, the sheriff's office says Magee gave a homeless person $228 before getting back in his truck and leaving. Once he left, he checked into a hotel at 6:30 p.m. 10 minutes later, he left the hotel, and just before 7 p.m., investigators say he pulled into a parking lot near where his body was found. They say surveillance video shows Magee walking into the woods with an object in his hands. Investigators also say he returned to his truck a few minutes later with nothing in his hands. But 30 minutes later, he's seen walking toward the tree line alone. Magee's body was found the next morning.
The manner and the cause of death of Javion has not been determined at this time. The manner and cause of death has not been determined. So for any suggestion that it's a suicide, anybody stating that it was a suicide would be grossly premature.
Magee's family says they question the manner of their son's death, and the family adding that Magee was not experiencing any type of mental crisis, and they fear that their son was harmed. Now, at this time, no cause of death has been determined, but detectives do say that the rope was wrapped around Magee's neck 11 times. The autopsy report has not yet been completed, and the toxicology report is not back yet either. Live in Vance County, Giselle Thomas, WFMY News 2.
Okay. So I don't even know. Honestly, guys, I don't know where to begin. I don't know where to begin. There's so much. I don't know where to begin. There's just so much false information that's coming out from this channel. It's blowing my mind. I can't wrap my head around it. And it's happening so quickly. right? It's every day he's saying something. I could probably go on his channel right now and see something that he's posted. I guarantee he dropped something else. Okay. Okay. Here's what we know. Okay, let's start here, and then I'll play some clips, and I'm gonna get into the issues that I'm having with this. And again, for those who know him, eventually they might see this video. I don't know. Bless his heart. Like I said, his intentions may be good, but like they say, the road to hell was paved with good intentions, right? All right. So this is what's going on. Javion Magee, what we do know, he's a truck driver. September 10th, he drives out, drops a load off at Walmart. He gets out the car. He goes to, eventually goes, he's doing his thing. He goes to Walmart. He purchases a rope. All right. Blue rope. You guys see it in the thumbnail picture. When this first case came out, September 11th, he was found, okay, unalived, sitting at the base of a tree, the rope around his neck 11 times. What they keep failing to mention is the rope was also around the tree, okay? He was not hanging when they found him. He was leaned up with his back against the tree and the rope around his neck. Regardless what anybody wants to say, it happened in the South. So automatically, right? Just rightfully so, because of history and the atrocities that have taken place and still do in some cases. You have to look at this thing as a homicide. And let me explain to you guys who's investigated these type of crimes, whether people who have self-deleted, right, versus those who have been, YouTube's so funny. I don't even know words I can and can't say anymore. But when you're investigating a homicide versus a person who's self-deleted, okay, every self-deletion is supposed to be treated like a homicide until the evidence dictates otherwise, okay? Until the evidence says otherwise, everything needs to be investigated as a homicide. You let the evidence speak for yourself, okay? He was found around 10 o'clock in the morning. A guy who owns a business next door was cutting the grass, said he saw him, called 911. Hey, this guy's not alive, okay? Cool. Now what happens? The media doesn't take the story, right? One of the family members gets on TikTok and she calls for people to help spread the word. Okay, rightfully so. TikTokers heard it, they responded, video goes viral. I heard and I was like, wow, this is crazy. The first thing I think too is like, okay, this sounds like you don't know what it is until you got all the facts. You guys, Black people, contrary to what you think, they do self-delete and they do all forms and methods of it, whether it's pills, whether it's using a weapon, and hanging, you guys. Yes, with ropes. Okay, it's not uncommon. You don't have to hang from a tree or hang from a high object in order to choke yourself out. Okay, you could do it from low levels. Right? They do it all the time, and in prisons and jails and things like that. It's not impossible, right? So let's just be clear on that. At the same time, you can't rule that he could have possibly been attacked. You can't rule out that it possibly could have been racially. You also can't rule out that it could possibly be criminal, meaning criminal in his own affiliation, and someone went after him, right? What people don't understand about the truck driving profession is they are highly sought out by criminal organizations, criminal gangs, and drug dealers and cartel members. They are highly sought out. Okay. So when I first heard this case, I said one of three things. I said, okay, listen, either he self-deleted, either it was racially motivated, or this was a criminally motivated based on his affiliation crime, and they wanted to stage it like it was a self-deleted situation. Okay, so those were my 3 theories in my original video. Obviously, this is me explaining to you as someone who has experience investigating crimes over 13 years. Okay, this isn't I'm not some internet investigator, some internet cop who thinks I'm Scooby-Doo's and Friends group, and I'm trying to go over here and I'm making a whole bunch of baseless, ridiculous theories and accusations, or accusing people, or posting their videos or pictures of themselves, their family, where they live at, their businesses, and accusing them, defaming their name, simply because you're just ignorant as hell and you don't know what you're talking about, right? These are very sensitive conversations. You have to be very careful with who you call out, whose picture you put out on a screen and claim they did this and claim they did that. You got to be very careful with that. It's not a game, right? We're talking about a crime. So those were my theories. My theories are rooted in foundations, rooted in not only common sense, it's rooted in education and experience and training. So where do we go from here? He was found. The social media video got posted. Everyone responded saying, hey, justice for Javion. Absolutely correct. We want to know the truth. We want to know the facts because it hits very close to home. So then what happened next? The sheriff comes out and he makes a statement with the media, or the sheriff was an interaction with the family members. And somehow the communication between them did not turn out well, which led to them wanting to seek for help. When he did an interview on the news, I covered that, broke that video down. He did a horrible job, you guys. He did a horrible job. He didn't present any type of confidence, right? He didn't present any type of coherent confidence that he knew what he was doing. I'm just being real, okay? Because I could tell that he was not the person to be speaking on the camera. He spoke about things he shouldn't have spoke about. He articulated them poorly. And I understand why the family had an issue with what he was saying. He was very insensitive with his comment in reference to the incident. The way he described it in a very nonsensical way, he said, oh, this isn't a lynching because there was no knot, what? Right? So he shouldn't have done it, right? He should have wrote something down, had someone professional look over it, and then submit it to the media. What should he have said? We have a gentleman, black male, young male, who was found deceased at the base of a tree. He had a rope around his neck. We're currently investigating. We don't have anything at the moment, but as the investigation develops, we will put that information forward. The sheriff did too much talking. He did too much talking. He exposed too much he shouldn't have too soon. Everything, all the important details could be shared directly with the family. It doesn't need to be shared with the media, immediately. There's certain things that the media just doesn't need to know in the beginning while things are being investigated, because this shit happens that we got going on right now. This happens, right? Because we're dealing with the populace that's extremely uneducated, highly emotional, and very delusional as how this process works. And because of that, it forces people to come up with their own understanding, right? So now what? What happened? I did my breakdown. People expressed their concerns. Then introducing this guy named Taylor House Publishing. Shout out to the brother. I understand what he's trying to do. He's doing it really bad. All right. And at this point, it's borderline milking, and I think really milking this situation for views, or for, I don't even say entertainment, not accusing them, but it's just a lot of inaccuracies. And it's almost as if I can't tell whether or not he's doing it intentionally or if he truly believes the stuff that he's saying, or if he just doesn't understand how it's supposed to be done professionally and also legally. Okay. I had put a comment under one of his videos yesterday, and I said, dude, you're borderline going to see yourself in civil court because of the things and the information you're putting out and how you're putting it out. Right. So, he can't say he hasn't been educated. I'm pretty sure someone else has told him. Okay. But he's putting out a lot of false information that he knows or should have known is not accurate or hasn't been substantiated. So, okay, so where are we? Where are we? Let me just, there's so much, you guys, there's so much, but I'm just trying to give you like a basis before we even kind of get into the whole rant. Taylor House Publishing decides to go down and to the incident scene. That's how I learned about him. I was trying to do an update. I found his video. He's like, "Oh, I'm boots on the ground. I'm down here." So he's down in there. He's filming the area where the incident was. He's talking to the residents there. He's asking them questions. He said, "Hey, I heard this is a sundown town. For those who are familiar with what a sundown town is." And the resident's like, "Nah, it's not a sundown town, right? It's not a sundown town. I hear that's what people are saying. It's not a sundown town." You guys looked at the area is predominantly Black in that little community, right? That's what people are saying who live there. So he's taking this information in. He goes to the police department. He asks for a police report. He's like, "They made me wait 30 minutes. This is ridiculous." Then I got the police report and it's redacted. There's information redacted. And he's saying this is like a conspiracy. You guys, I wish I could have kind of I didn't really see a reason to kind of even respond to any of the videos that he made because I just didn't think it was really going to go this far. But after a while, I just started hurting my ears, right? And then, as people were sending me information like, "Hey, is this true? Is this how it works?" I can't. This is crazy. Anyways, you guys, the redacted information, that's the standard procedure, especially on a high profile case like this. You can't put people's personal addresses, the information. Certain things have to be hidden. That's not necessary for you to have unless you are the attorney, unless you're the family member they have, unless you're directly involved, right? You get the full report. When you're not directly involved, there are certain things that have to be redacted: social security numbers, addresses, birthdays. Why? Because idiots will go on the internet and they will look people up. They will accuse them of things. They will show up at their house. They'll show up at their job. They'll post their pictures on the internet. They'll make videos about them, all because of what they think happened or what they believe is the person, right? They go on these Scooby-Doo trail witch hunts on their own, lacking all understanding and common sense, you guys. So this is why they redact information from reports, because they know there's idiots out here who don't understand how this process goes. And again, people end up getting hurt behind this. They get hurt behind these situations. You have a lot of hate that gets spewed behind this. Folks start contacting. You hear people in comment section, "Oh, put this on here. Let's find out where they work out or where they live at. I heard this. I heard that." Okay. People are looking. He's looking up people's businesses. He's trying to connect dots that don't exist. So there's a lot of stuff going on. Okay. So let's jump into something real quick. I'm gonna play a clip from there's so much going on, y'all. I can't. Shout out to Vic. Shout out to Vic, gifted memberships. Shout out to you, brother. Shout out. I appreciate that. Yeah, man. We gotta jump back into this space and bring some clarity because it's been so much, you guys. I've been out traveling and now I'm like, I turn around and the world is falling apart. World War III is around the corner. The president election looks like it's about to be a nightmare. There's just so much madness going on. So shout out to you. Thank you, brother, for the love, for gifting those out. Shout out to you. Much love, much love. You guys definitely pay homage and thanks to Brother Vic for doing that. I definitely appreciate you. Man, there's so much, you guys. I don't even know where to begin. And I wasn't again, I was gonna make this video because it's so cringeworthy, but I'm trying to see where to get started at. I guess we'll start here. Okay, because what happened? What happened? Right? The timeline is so crazy because this guy puts out so many videos behind this case. What happened? He gets the police report. He goes back. He breaks the police report down. Obviously, he doesn't know what he's talking about, so it makes it very difficult. Again, his platform is pulling a lot of people who are interested into this case. They're listening to him like he's the voice of truth. This is the problem. Okay, why is this the problem? Because he's not the voice of truth, and his opinions, he is stating them as facts. His speculations, he's stating as facts, which are wrong. Okay. And it's causing a lot of confusion. What made me want to do this video? One, I saw a video of some bikers, some black bikers. They made a speech. We're going to get to that. And then someone sent me something on TikTok. And then I said, okay, all right, let me do something. Because this has to stop, man. And he's saying, obviously he's getting the blessing from the mom. I think the parents are like excited that he's doing this. I haven't spoke to them, so I don't know how true that is. But the parents believe that there was foul play. That's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. No one has a definitive answer as to what the cause of death was. And just like we can't assume the cause of death was self-deletion, you cannot assume that the cause of death was homicide. The evidence has to support the argument. The evidence has to support the incident. It's just that simple. It doesn't mean you don't investigate it like it's you do investigate it like it's a homicide. The problem is when you've already made up your mind that it's not. The problem is when you already made up your mind that it is this versus it is not that. That's the issue, you guys. That's it. And then you take that narrative and everything that you see after that supports your bias. People are posting pictures, and I promise you, the creativity, you're going to hear it. I'm going to play it. I question the education and the critical thinking abilities of people in this country. I'm scared of what I'm seeing, man, over the last couple of years. How easily brainwashed, especially within our community, we are. You simply have to dangle racism over our face, and we lose all sense of understanding, clarity, and common sense goes out the window, and we're in full hatred mode, and we're willing to become just ruthless individuals behind a lie. We'll vote based off of a lie. We'll follow somebody off of a lie. You have people who say they're going to do something in our community. They pretend to be this, pretend to be that off of a lie. And you guys, it's just downhill from there. So anyways, let's start off with this video. Let's get started with this one. And we can just kind of... why is it showing up like this? Yeah. Okay, I see. Sorry, guys. They changed the system on here, so it's like different. Let me put it over here instead. Okay. All right. Let's play this.
In our tractor and trailer repair shop, but also, I mean, am I reaching by saying that he may be the owner of TR's Lounge and Grill?
So this is fair use, but let me just give you some context. All right, Taylor Publishing went out to the area where he was found. And then he's taking video. He's looking on Google Maps. He's looking at different things. He's looking at the business next door. He's looking at a business that another guy told him. I don't even know where to. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm never this off, right? I'm never this off. But I promise you, it's for good reason. Okay, it's for good reason because I really just kind of want to go in, but I'm trying to hold it in. And I think by me trying to hold it in, it's causing me to like, I can't, it's so much bullshit. It's so much. It's so much. I've never ever been this combined. I can't even focus on what to show you first because there's so much bullshit. That's how crazy it is. This whole thing is crazy. This is crazy. All right, let me gather myself. Damn. Okay, let me gather myself. All right. He goes out. He's interviewing people. People have called his phone, right? Called him. And they started to give him information and say, hey, listen, in this neighborhood, in this community, there's a building, a bar not too far from where the incident happened. It's ran by some KKK clan members. Okay. Whether it is or it isn't, we don't know that. He pulls it up on MapQuest. He's looking at it and he's saying, hey, look at these Confederate flags. Do you know if it's a Confederate flag? They're racist. They're KKK, right? He's making all these statements. Then he's looking at the business next to where Javion was found deceased. Then he starts to say the business next to where he died is connected to the business that he's alleging is KKK ran bar that only white people go to. Okay. So he's making these comparisons. He's coming to get this is investigation. Okay. He said this is sundown town. There's racist people. This is what the people are telling me. He's making these type of connections. He then goes to the Secretary of State website. He pulls up the owners, the names of the owners. He's trying to connect all these dots. Listen, no one told him to do this. Okay. No one told him to do this. He's doing this on his own. There's nothing wrong with you being an inquisitive individual who wants to try to get to the truth. But there's a way you go about doing it, right? My question when all this was going on was, dude, just talk to his attorneys, right? Ask the attorneys to put you on, funnel them this information because the family hired some prominent attorneys. Okay, they're civil attorneys, they're not criminal attorneys, they're civil. They hired some big name attorneys, at least within the Black community. We know them to be big names. So the attorney wants to win. Okay, because they want to get paid their 33%. It is what it is. They want to get paid by suing the police department. That's how it works, you guys. Okay, they want to sue the police department civilly, and in exchange, they get paid 33% of whatever they make. That's just how the game goes. Okay, they don't want to lose. I assure you, the family cannot afford them directly. Okay, they cannot afford them directly. So they're doing this initially for free. This is how it works. Let me just be clear. Let's break how this process down. How this works. The attorneys, high profile, they're expensive. Regular attorneys are expensive. They're going to work for the family for free because they see the potential in the case. They want to sue the police department or the city. They're deep pockets. That's who they want. Okay. They are here for civil matters only. They're not here for criminal, civil. They want any information that's going to help their case. Anything that's going to discredit the case, they don't want it, right? Because it's not good for their case. Taylor House Publishing, what he should do, he should have been funneling information as he got it to the attorney. And making sure the information that he puts together is accurate and factual, not full of assumptions and baseless speculations. Okay. He did what he wanted to do, though. He put information out. He made accusatory statements about the business owners. Okay. He made accusatory statements about people in photos. He then finds names of people from the police report. He goes to Facebook and he starts pulling up their images and he shows them on the stream and says, hey, this is who this guy is. Right? Some guy calls him while he's doing a live stream or something like that, or he talked to them before a live stream. I think I've seen about 4 videos that he's put out. A guy calls him because, again, he's talking about these are updates. All right. He's talking about, hey, I got an update. So I'm curious because I want to know about the case my damn self. Right. I'm thinking he has legitimate information. A guy calls him, some guy who said he witnessed the incident happen. And what did he say? He said that there were 3 white men who were, one of them are KKK, one of them police officers, stopped Javion the night he was unalived. Then apparently he's claiming that he took a video recording of the incident or of the interaction. He said that Javion was down on the ground, slumped over. Okay. Now, I saw it when it first came out because he posted it. And I want to verify whether or not it was legit. So the first thing in my mind, I'm hearing this guy talk. I'm saying, okay, well, did you send this video to the attorneys? That's the first thing I'm saying. Because if you're questioning the police and whether or not the police can be trusted, I get it. Okay. Did you send it to the FBI? Did you send it to the state? Did you send it to his attorney? Give it to the attorney. You sat here and filmed this man being killed allegedly by a group of individuals you're calling a KKK or the police. And you didn't, what did you do with that information? All right. Taylor posts the picture. Okay. He posts the picture up. I'm sorry, y'all. Just give me a second, y'all. Give me a second to get it together because this, when I tell you, I'm irritated. All right, let me see. Let me see. He posts a picture. Which one is it? Is this it? I think it's from this video. We're going to just play this one. Let me see. This is the video. This is the video that's in question that I'm referring to. What is it?
To others who feel some type of way.
Let me see. Let me find the picture. Okay. So this is the picture. The guy calls in. Should I just let me do this. Let me do this because I'm so irritated. I'm so damn irritated. I'm so irritated by this shit. I can't even focus. I'm so damn annoyed. This is the let me just say this before I play this clip. This is the most irritating thing I've ever seen on YouTube. I have never, and I have debated and I have gone after some people on here, but this by far, oh my God, this takes the cake. And I can't, I've lost for words because I can't imagine someone being this damn stupid. I can't. I absolutely cannot. I can't. And it's, oh my God. All right, let me see. Let me just relax. Let me relax. It's too many videos. I can't even timestamp. And this is like last minute. So, I didn't have time to really. I can't go through all those videos. It's just impossible. But let me play this so you can hear what's going on.
There was nobody in those pictures that looked like me. Right? Nobody in those pictures look like me. So nevertheless, once again, we're going to go back to these pictures. Once again, this is the picture. You see Javion's shadow circled in red. I don't think anyone will doubt that that is the silhouette of a person. Now, once again, if you look between the two officers' legs, the officers that are facing each other, if you look down at the bottom, there is some white socks. There you see some black shorts. And it looks like Javion is looking at them. You see the officer, he almost has a smirk on his face. And this is the point where I think the older gentleman who called yesterday, who said he was an eyewitness to it, saying that Javion was begging and pleading to call his mother, to have his phone. And once again, there was no record of the phone in the police report. And we have yet to hear of anything or any information relating to the phone. And once again, it's 2024. He's young, probably had an iPhone 39 or something. All of those things are on the iCloud, where he went, who he talked to. But I don't think anyone can deny. And once again, I'm going to show you the other picture with his leg circle. Once again, this right here is the leg circle. And once again, you can see that silhouette right there in the truck. Now, as the Bible states again, what's hidden, all things shall be revealed. God makes known the hidden mysteries. And once again, I don't know where this picture came from. I don't know, once again, who saw it, but I don't think anyone can deny watching this video that is not Javion. First, my good brother, I'm not going to shout out his, but he said, look, that's him. And he circled him, as you saw. And also, I looked at the legs. It's definitely him. That's the only reason why I showed the video, so that you can compare.
An idiot. We are looking at an idiot. An idiot poorly crafting a baseless argument. You know what happens? I call people like this a color justice warrior, right? A color justice warrior. What is that? A person who sees racism in everything. Everything is racism. Everything is racism. Hey, you know why the Apple AirPods are white? Nah, man, why is that? The white man is always in our ear, brother. It's always in our ear. Hey, you know why the majority of umbrellas are black? You see that? Why they black? Nah, brother, why? Man, because the white man always want us to be hit with the rain. Want us to be hit with the rain. We always being hit, just like our ancestors, brother. That's why. So we're always getting rained on. Hey, brother, you know why in hockey the puck is black? Nah, brother, why? What happened? What you know? Let me tell you something, brother. Why you think it's an all-white man sport? And they walking around with sticks just beating on the hockey puck, bro. That represents us and our people. They mocking us right in front of everybody. Right in front of everybody, brother. It's just that little puck being slapped around by a bunch of white men with sticks, brother. With sticks. He's an idiot. He's an idiot with good intentions. But nonetheless, he's an idiot. And I mean that with all due respect. I mean that with all due respect. I don't just call someone an idiot if they're not an idiot. And when you carelessly project your stupidity across these airwaves, unfortunately, the uneducated amongst us gravitate to it. Why? Because they want to know what you are saying is true. They want to believe it. That's where that bias comes from, that implicit bias that you can't help. You're gathering people who have an implicit bias. It has to be this. There is no other explanation. You know what this reminds me of? This reminds me of the Sandra Bland case incident that came out a long time ago. Sandra Bland, she was wrongfully arrested by an overzealous cop. Call him what you want to call him, doesn't matter. The cop was wrong. The cop was wrong. But she died. People said the cop killed her. You guys, the whole internet blew up and said that Sandra Bland was killed by the cop. And the cop brought her dead body to the jail. They said they posted a picture of her. She was already dead. You can't make this up. You can't make this up. This is what we're talking about. This is our people, those who are grossly delusional, and they lack the ability to actually understand facts as it's presented. You cannot convince a made-up mind. That's the issue. I remember when the Sandra Bland thing came out. They said that she died. They took a picture of her while she was on her back. Look at the way everyone is speculating. Look at the way her hair is leaned back and it's falling backwards. You can see up her nostrils. Look at her eyes. Her eyes look dead, you guys. Does anybody remember that case? The whole internet. Black folks were off the chain during that season. They said it was a racist town. The cops were racist. They killed her. They brought her into the jail dead. They faked her death. Said that the truth of the matter is she unalived herself. Self-inflicted. Okay? How did she do it? Around the neck in the jail. They said that was false. She was killed before she got there. You guys, the family believed it. Y'all believed it. You repeated it. Y'all were protesting about it. Every internet investigator, every fake internet investigator got online and started coming up with the craziest theories. Nothing rooted in reality. Nothing rooted in reality. And they created so much tension, racial tension. They created so much division behind their stupidity. I still to this day remember, you can see up her nose. What? Oh, the way her dreads are laying, you can tell she's on her back. Look at her eyes. She looks lifeless. Look at the background. The background doesn't even look right. Look at the shadow, right? These people never investigated how to put up a dresser, right? How to change a tire. These people haven't investigated anything in their entire life. And all of a sudden, everybody's a damn expert. Stay in your lane. Stay in your lane, people. Taylor, stay in your lane, whatever lane that is. Report on the facts. Don't report on your opinions. Don't report on your speculations. Please don't. Because you are causing so much confusion. You're putting out so much false information. It's mind-blowing. I can't keep up. Every day something pops up and it's you. It's you. What they find out with Sandra Bland, she offed herself. How she do it? Around the neck with a sheet. How? Low to the ground. They do it all the time, you guys. They do it all the time. It's not uncommon. She had called her parents and expressed some issues. There was some depression in her, right? She suffered from depression and some other things. They failed to mention, the family failed to mention that. Do you know why the family got paid? They got paid because no one was checking on her. That's why. They have a camera next to her room. They see everything. She's out walking around, making phone calls while everybody says she died. It was so bad, they had to show the video from the time she got dropped off, the time she took the picture, and people still didn't believe it. But after that video came out, guess what? It all died down. It all died down. So this guy is talking about a picture. And then let me pull up the picture. So that we can actually, let's do it this way. Okay. This picture is based on what somebody sent him, okay? Somebody sent him this picture. Window. And it's supposed to be in reference to, according to the person who called him. The person who called Taylor said, hey, I was there. This is what I saw. There are some white officers. And first of all, the guy all the way to the left doesn't even look white, even from this photo right here. He don't even look white. But he said, these are three white men. They're KKK members. You heard what he just said. He said, these are all white men. Nobody here looks like us. He starts pointing out. He said, this right here is Javion's leg. This right here is Javion's shadow. He slumped over or whatever. People were saying that there's a body right here. This is his legs. Javion was wearing a white t-shirt and black shorts with some Crocs on. That's what he was wearing. Okay. So this is what they're saying. Okay. I'm going to tell you what all this imagery is in a second. But this is what he's pulling his information off of, that some guy called and said, hey, I was there. This is me. I took this picture. Let me explain to you guys, for those who don't have experience in investigating crimes, especially high profile crimes. You have mentally ill people who will call and say they know something. When you have a crime, something like, hey, be on the lookout for this suspect. This is what he looks like. A tip hotline. You guys know there'll be over 1,000 damn calls of people thinking they saw somebody. This might be him over here. So you're calling out of Texas. The incident happened in Atlanta. Yeah, man, I think this is him right here, bro. That's right. Sir, it happened 2 hours ago. How is he in Texas, sir? All the time. All the time. But, you wouldn't know that. So when Taylor's speaking, he doesn't give any context. What did he say? He said, oh, I agree. These are 3 white men, and that's Javion. I know that's him. Sir, what? What? You guys, I'm losing it. He can't believe this to be true. If he doesn't, he's either scamming, he's either a scammer, or he's a complete imbecile. That's what we're dealing with. You can't make this up. You can't make this up. So he's looking at, this is the picture that he's going off of, you guys. This is the picture, okay? You know what this is? That he's saying is Javion? You know what this is, you guys? This is the tire of the damn truck. This is the tire. This isn't a leg, right? This isn't a leg. There's nobody laying on the ground right here. Okay? This is the light. This is the guy's hand. This guy obviously is probably black. We don't even know if these are even police officers. These could be just workers. They're right next door to a business. This could easily be on the side, the brand. The light source maybe over here somewhere. It's dark. This is not Javion laying on the ground. This is the tire of the truck. This isn't his back slumped over, none of that. Okay? This is common sense. I shouldn't have to come on here and do this. The shit that people are saying on here is driving me crazy. It's absolutely driving me crazy. Let's pull up what let's go back to what he said. Let's go back to what he said. Matter of fact, before we do it, let me show you what I circled, because I wanted to show you what I circled versus what they circled. Okay, this is what we're looking at. These are the 3 areas of concern. Okay, this reflection, what they're saying is a reflection of Javion's body. This is supposed to be his head. He's slumped over because, according to Taylor says he's already dead right here. Then he says these are his legs right here. Okay. And I think someone mentioned something over here as well. I just want you to show you. I want to show you what I circled. This is what I circled to show you that that's not the case. Over here in the purple, that's the tire. The tire is right here. The tire of the truck is right here, circled in yellow and circled in purple. This over here, this could be a reflector from a decal, or it could simply just be bouncing through the trees and other objects. This is not a body of a person's head slumped over. In order to get this shadow cast on this truck, you would need to be right here behind this bush and a light source right behind you to actually reflect. It's no different than you have a puppet show and you have a damn object here and the light source here, and it's right behind the backdrop. To get that accurate shadow, it has to be lined up correctly. I don't know where they're getting their intelligence from, but it's highly, highly disappointing to hear some of the stuff that's coming out of this channel. But let me play the rest of his explanation. The rest of his explanation on this video, just so you guys have a better understanding of why I'm annoyed with his channel. And I think what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to probably react to each video he puts out, just so I could debunk the stupidity that's coming from over there. And again, I'm sure he has good intentions, but he's an idiot. And because of that, we have to really just kind of call it out. It just really is that simple. Let me see. All right, let's see.
Gave me so many interpretations of that picture, whether those were his legs, whether he was on his knees, whether he was on his butt, whether that's him laying on the ground. He's already dead, leaned up against the truck like there's so, or leaned up on the other side of the office, because that's what they're looking at. But you can see both officers clearly looking down. And so this thing is literally being exposed right now. So once again, I thank everyone. Most of all, we thank the Most High God for giving us, the revelation, the deep and the hidden things. God is all knowing. He's all seeing. He's all powerful. And so, I think once again, everybody, I thank those brothers for going out there. Like, that doesn't make sense, because when you see him walking out the parking lot, you don't see him running into a homeless guy. He walks right to his truck, and then he leaves the parking lot. And also, he said they don't allow panhandlers on the. So, picture here that Javion Magee was already deceased. Now, a couple of people pointed that out in some messages and in some pictures. They say he was already deceased and he was just laying with his back on the car, right? And as this lady says right here in this video,
I mean, we have to be really careful, because the most deviant of people that want to do bad things are capable of staging scenes to look like suicide.
you heard her. There are some evil, diabolical people who are capable of staging scenes. And this is her post. She said, so 3 Franklinton police officers, picture below, had Javion Magee in custody the night before he died. They took his phone after he begged to call his mom. Why is this information hidden? It was said they beat his face till it was unrecognizable. Is this why they don't want his parents to see his body? This is the bar close to where he was found at TNR Repair Lot. My question is, who is the owner of the bar, TR's Lounge? Now, of course, once again, people have found that owner. One person said that he owns the other tractor and trailer repair, but I could not confirm that. But his post also confirms that. But just let me show you the proximity. This is the proximity of the bar on Peter Gill Road and Vanco Mill Road. It's about 3 miles, less than 4 miles away, 6 minutes away. And so once again, that is a reason why I brought that bar up, because a couple of gentlemen mentioned the Redneck Bar around the corner from the lot, which is almost going to tie into what really happened to Javion. Nevertheless, this gentleman put out a statement.
After he made, a bunch of these accusations about the photo and all this, and this is body, he's confirming that he was killed by these officers. Then he goes on Facebook, he pulls pictures based off of the police report. Then he starts comparing photos with that graining photo that you just saw. He's saying these guys are responsible. One of the guys that he put out a photo of calls him and says, man, take my photo down, bro. Like, you're throwing my name out here saying I'm involved in this or whatever. My thing to Taylor, listen, brother, you're going to end up getting sued. I'm just going to be honest with you. You're going to get sued. You're not qualified to do what you're doing. You're just not, man. You're just not. You don't have the qualifications. You're not educated enough to do what you're doing. And you're going to get yourself hurt. You're going to get somebody hurt. Right? You're going to get somebody caught up in some foolishness out here because you're just lying. You're lying and you're stating your lies as facts. This is crazy to me. Like, I've never seen this. I've never seen this. And what's happening is when he does this, other people are picking up on his videos and they think that they're true. And then now they are starting to report on what he's reporting because they think that what he's saying is true. This is why people censor YouTube content, because it can be very dangerous, right? Check this lady out. She has a channel as well. She's pulling information from him.
Let's pull this bitch down. Pull it down. Let's pull this bitch down. Everybody's getting together. Let's pull this bitch down.
Shout out to North Carolina for showing up and standing up for Javion Magee. Check this out, y'all, and let me know what you think about this. I'll stop it along the way. But they showed up on Vanco Road. They walked where Javion allegedly walked, and check out what they did to this tree. Here we go.
Hey, my thing is, fuck this tree. Let's pull this bitch down. Pull it down. Let's pull this bitch down. Everybody's getting together. Let's pull this bitch down.
Okay, let me give some context to this. Oh my God. Thanks to Taylor and his infinite knowledge, he's rallied a lot of supporters, and they're looking at his content and they think that his content reflects the truth. They think that his content reflects the events of the incident. Why? Taylor believes that Javion was killed by the KKK, right? Operating in the form of police officers. This is what he believes. Everything that he puts out is to support that narrative, okay? Because he's putting out so much information that's biased, everyone who believes that to be true are now engaged in this discussion, are saying, okay, this is what's happening. Now, what's the next issue? A group of black bikers from, I don't know what state they came from. I didn't watch the full video, but I saw the clip. They decided to go and express their issues with the Javion Magee investigation, which I agree 100%. Do it, you guys. Show up, protest, do what you got to do to ensure that the investigation is running properly, that information is being transparent. All for it. What did these idiots decide to do? What did these, all 10, 12 of them got together in their infinite knowledge and wisdom? What did they come up with as the best course of action to get justice for Javion? These idiots. They go and tear the tree down that Javion was found deceased at, as a way to express some symbolic messaging that we're going to tear this tree down that's responsible for his death. I want to know whose bright idea that was. While this case is still being investigated, for the life of me, I don't understand why somebody would do that, right? The investigation, from what I understand, there hasn't been confirmation that it's complete. Yes, the crime scene tape is down. It's done. I understand that. Why would you go and destroy the scene where he was at before all things have been confirmed? I'm going to tell you right now, I've worked cases where the crime scene was dead and over with. Months have gone by, and we have to go back and relook at the scene, look at things, double check, make sure something wasn't left behind, make sure there wasn't any additional evidence, right? As you find new witnesses or you get more information, you go back to the crime scene and you look. You're like, oh, we didn't look at this. Oh, we missed that, right? These guys went up there and they tore the tree down. They tore the tree down. What if there was something somebody missed and they need to go back to that tree? There's countless of times investigators go back and recreate a scene. And I'm not saying that scenes don't get destroyed naturally. That's true. I'm saying that when you intentionally go and destroy the scene, this is when I started to flip. This is when I said I got to speak on this. When I saw this, I was like, oh, no. It was this, the picture, and then some other fool. I said, oh, no, I got to say something about it. And I want to just kind of get you guys aware. It's a super last minute. I didn't put anything together. Super last minute. I just needed to. I just need to vent a little bit. I don't even want to do the P. Diddy stream anymore. I'm so irritated, right? I don't even want to do the P. Diddy. I don't even want to talk about Diddy. I don't even talk about none of this stuff anymore. I'm so annoyed because I can't imagine people being this stupid. I just can't. I just can't. Look at this. Look at these idiots. Look at these idiots. What bothers me is, as Black people, we think that we accomplished something by doing this. This is my issue with our symbolic actions, right? We love symbolism. We love the way something looks. We love the way something appears to be, right? This looks like we did something impactful. What'd y'all do, man? We drove up to North Carolina, bro. About 20 of us brothers. We went up there. We had a little conference. We yelled at the mayor, and then we went to the site and we kicked the tree down. Where he was lynched at. We kicked the tree down. Oh, word? Yeah, man. And I just feel empowered. Give it 2 weeks. You'll never hear from these brothers again. Give it about 2 weeks. The problem with Black people is we're not consistent with our outrage. We're not unified. We don't make common sense, realistic decisions to have realistic impacts in our community. What do? We put on some leather. We drive up to a scene and don't have a clue as to what the hell is going on. Pure emotional rage. We kick a tree down. Then we get back on our motorcycles and we go back and live our lives. Then we're going to do all this just to find out that this was he probably self-deleted himself. And then now what? What if this is not a homicide, you guys? What if it's not a homicide? What if this is a Jussie Smollett situation? There is no homicide and there was no racism. Everybody just forgot about Jussie Smollett. He staged his own crime and said white people did it. We want racism to be so real in our everyday lives that, you guys, we eat it, sleep it, drink it. We want white people to be the boogeyman so bad because it causes us to ignore our own issues that we are self-inflicting on our own lives. We got to blame somebody. We got to blame somebody. White people are always the easy target. Yeah, what if this is what if there is I'm sure there's still evidence. I'm absolutely sure there's still evidence in the tree. And these idiots decided to kick. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe what I was seeing. Whose bright idea was it? Whose bright idea was it to tear the tree down? Literally where his body was. Normally people set up a mural. Normally people put up roses and shit around the incident. That's like you had a family member who gets in a car accident, they strike a light pole. Oh, this pole got to go down. And you see them out there with a damn tree saw. This pole can't stand it because it took the life of my family. This isn't even about Javion anymore, you guys. This is about the condition, the psychosis of here in our people, a lot of us. You guys, we're out of here, man. We are out of here. We're emotionally out of control. And we've been like that for quite some time. Emotionally out of control. And this is crazy. This is crazy. So they tear the tree down. But you can't get these guys to show up and vote on a damn election. You can't get these guys to go up and show up at a community event. You can't get these guys half of them to show up and be a parent. You can't get these people to collectively come together and actually hold these politicians in their community accountable. You can't get them to do it. It's something about what a white person does that motivates Black people in a very short period of time to do something. If it's not racism, Black folks ain't trying to get motivated behind it. They're not. They're not. We are so easily manipulated. It's embarrassing. We're so easily triggered. It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing. Words hurt us more than getting hit. You know, we'll tear some shit up over some words. We will tear a city down over some words. Hurt a black person feeling, see what happened. Why'd you do it? My feelings were hurt. You hurt my feelings. I can't believe they did this.
The decision to bring down this tree came as they were standing there talking about the scenario, talking about the cameras in the area and the BS story that they want us to believe that no one is believing.
Yeah, they trespassing. That's not even. You guys, I don't. At this point, you know, I'm not here to convince nobody, right? I'm really venting because like you can't convince the ignorant. You can't convince the ignorant, you guys. At this point, I'm really just. I can't even react to this. This is 3 hours long. I can't even do this video. Trying to see. I can't even do this, man. I can't. Black people are lost, man. We're lost. A lot of us are delusional. We're easily manipulated. We don't have a clue what's going on. You know, this country's falling apart, and we're talking about things that have no. We're just so lost. We're so out of touch. A lot of us are just out of touch with reality. So and I apologize, y'all. This is probably the most unorganized stream I've ever done. And it's just simply because I had to just jump on here super damn late. But I can't. I'm gonna have to do another one, and maybe one of his most recent videos. I'll try to follow along and kind of give you guys a one-on-one. But I assure you, this is ridiculous, right? It's super ridiculous. But check this out. This is where the screenshot photo came from. It came from this guy. His name is Prophet PI or something like that, I think, off of TikTok. You guys can go and check him out. He posts this video on TikTok. This is where Taylor got this photo from. And now the internet thinks that these men killed Javion, right? This is what he reported on. Again, he's another internet investigator, but let's hear what he has to say.
Guys, I'm finding out a little bit more information and stuff. Okay, seeing this picture right here. I looked at this picture again, then I started getting more information. Where is this right here at? It's not behind the store because it was too open. But that right there is right ahead. That's the tree. Now, remember, the family was told that this was a self-inflicted situation. This is what the family was told from that sheriff's office. But now, this morning, what we're seeing from Sheriff Brain, he came out with this statement right here saying that there was an investigation going on. They found a black male's body. He was in a seated position with the rope tied around the tree and his neck. And in his hand, he had a picture of a female. This is allegedly. But at least now he's trying to come out with a statement. We still want that press conference with everything. Because denying the family from seeing this boy's body and coming up with this statement in the beginning saying that you can't see him because of COVID, and then telling this family that it was a self-inflicted. No, we're not doing that. All right, I'm doing a 360 right here to show you where it happened at. That's the Shell gas station. That's the road where the trucks park at. Sometimes they park on the other side. I'm gonna zoom in just a little bit because I was looking for other cameras and stuff on this roof right here. But right through here is the Shell gas station. You can see everything. There's cameras and stuff, so it shouldn't be denied. But right here is the tree. That's the tree right there where he was at. So we need to find out. They said he was in a seated position.
That's not the tree. And again, that just mirrors what I'm talking about. You know, people come on here and they just say whatever. That is not the tree. Okay. So let's be clear. This goes back to what I'm saying before. People come on here and they just start spewing stuff. And none of this stuff is rooted. It's not rooted in any facts. And you know, people are going to do this, which is fine. But the problem is now when you start pulling people's photos, you start going, hey, here's his address, here's her address, you know, go to their job, get them fired, and all this kind of stuff. Muted. Am I muted? Who's muted? Me? What do the police have, you guys? The police have video of Javion parking his truck, getting out of his truck with an object in his hand, going into the wood area, staying for a few minutes, and then coming back to the truck empty-handed. Sits in the truck for a little bit. He leaves the truck again, and he goes back in the woods, and you don't hear from him again until the next morning. That's when they found him unalived, okay? This is on camera. I watched the video. They have video of him doing that. They have video of him speaking to the homeless person, giving him $200 and something, making a statement. They interviewed this guy. People are saying online that he was killed by the police and that the police are KKK members out there and that it's a sundown town. All I'm saying is okay, good point. Good point. This gentleman said, okay, if his facts are not reality, why should we out here trust any of your facts? My facts are rooted in reality, right? My facts are rooted in reality. I haven't stated any facts that aren't true, right? He's stating things that are not true. There's a difference. I'm stating things that are true. He's stating things that are not true. What did I say that wasn't factual, right? You would have to tell me what I said that wasn't factual. I'm pointing out the things that he's saying that are not factual, okay? He said, one, not even just, he's making factual statements on his opinions and his speculations. He's claiming them to be facts. He said those are police officers in that picture. He's saying that those police officers are KKK members. He said that's Javion laying down. He's saying that's Javion who was already killed, and the police have him slumped over, and that's a reflection of his body. I already proved that that's not true, right? That's not true. I don't understand why it's so hard. It's just not true. My facts are pointing out that his facts are false. My facts are pointing out that his acclaimed facts are false. Those are my facts. My facts is that he's an idiot. And the people listening to him are ignorant and easily manipulated emotionally, which is why they think that what he's saying is true. This man has a segment of the internet believing that in that picture you can see Javion's legs, when in fact that's the damn car tire. That's the difference. The difference is reality versus fantasy. Right? Let's reality versus fantasy. This is the picture. I didn't say it. He said it, right? This is the picture. You guys, what is this? He said this is Javion's legs right here. No, this is the SUV and the tire. He's saying this is Javion laying down here, right? He's Javion's in front of the cop. This is his body right here. This is his legs. That's what he's saying. You guys, this is the damn car tire. This is what happens when you give people a camera and a microphone and you just, they're special needs. You just let them run out here and just say whatever they want to say. You guys, he's milking this case because he's making money. He's making money off of these videos. He's milking it. I don't even think he's saying anything that's even of pertinent information. You know, if the family is rocking with them like that and they're down with them, tell the family to give them some of these crime scene photos. Let's go over the crime scene photos. Let me break the crime scene photos down to you. Because the allegations are that Javion, they're saying the rumors are Javion was beat badly in his face. If that was true, we would have heard about it. The family would have said something. The attorneys would have said something. Why? Because that's their money. The attorneys haven't said anything. They're having the funeral. Okay, the funeral is on the 5th. After the funeral, we're going to get an update. You know, we're going to get an update. Well, what they're saying is that in this video, they're saying that Javion was killed by the police. He was stopped around, I guess, that time frame, 7, 8 o'clock at night. He was stopped by these police. They're saying these are police officers, which there's no confirmation. Here's the thing. We don't even know where this damn picture came from. We don't know who took it. We don't know where this is still shot from a video. No one knows. Taylor doesn't know. And this is what I'm saying, Taylor. You have to confirm your sources before you put them out. You have to validate your sources before you put them out. And respectfully, you should have sent this to the attorneys and the family before you put it out and asked them, hey, is it okay if I share this? This is what I found. The attorneys would be like, hold on, what's the source of that? We need to vet that before you put it out. We need to vet that. You know why Taylor's not helping the case? Because if this turns around and the evidence and the investigation shows and proves that he self-deleted, that's it. That's it. My video, I showed you how I would investigate this crime, right? It was very clear. It's not difficult. I'm going through his phone, I'm going through his truck, going through his GPS. I broke down exactly how you investigate a crime like this, right? So to your question, their speculation is someone put this out. We don't know who put it out. It could be anybody. You guys, there are people out here who are mentally unstable. They do stuff like this all the time. This is very common. They'll call, they'll make false police reports saying they saw something, seen something. That's just what they do. It's every major case has it, you guys. I can't tell you how many false or misleading information that gets put out all the time when we're looking for hints on a tip line. And sometimes it's intentional and sometimes it's not intentional. Some people just think they know something. Okay, so let's get back to this photo. They stated that this is Javion. This is him. It's clear as day. Look at the silhouette. Even the dad said that, oh, this resembles exactly what we saw in the crime scene photo. They took what he said, even, well, I don't even want to get into that because that's just too much. But where did the photo come from? Where did the photo come from? Let's talk about where the photo came from. Let's talk about where the photo came from. And then you tell me. That same guy I put up earlier. We're gonna go to his TikTok because he's the one. Let's see. I'm sorry, y'all. This stuff's all over the place. I just jumped on. I just jumped on trying to get it together because woo, these fools will have you pulling your hair out. This gentleman right here has a TikTok page, and this is Prophet P or Prophet PI. let's go to Prophet PI's. He's the one who shared the picture.
Seated position with the rope around the tree and around his neck. What happened? So there are a lot of officials that are reaching out that want to actually help the family. So we want to get answers. We definitely want to get answers of what happened. There's not going to be any cover-ups like all the other stuff that has been shared with me, how a lot of things have been happening down that way and stuff.
He has a video he
Today is the
posted
day where all that stops.
Okay, this is, what's his channel name? I want to make sure I shout him out. Prophet Benham, or Prophet PI is his name. He posted a video 12 hours ago. This is what sparked me. This ain't what sparked me, but this is one of the things that sparked me. So please check this out. I don't know. What did you say, Herbal Man? Let me hear what you said. Let me hear what you said before I get into this video. Herbal Man says, I do agree with you about the fact check as much as possible. And yes, I do not probably 9% of this stuff. Absolute fact. Absolute fact. But with that said, I examine everything available and then come around. Right, which is what you're supposed to do. And there's nothing wrong with speculating, but the speculation needs to be in good faith and needs to be impartial. Meaning that if evidence comes out that disagrees with what you're leaning towards, then be honest and even present it. Present the information, let people come to that conclusion on their own. What I'm saying is that what Taylor is doing is very grossly irresponsible. And it's very, very, very immature and very ignorant, right? You can hear it in a lot of things that he says when he's doing his monologues on his channel. I just hear the lack of wisdom, and I can't discern whether or not it's intentional or if it's just he really believes what he thinks. And I've seen that before too, where people are very convinced through their confirmation bias, right? They're truly convinced. They're really, really convinced that, again, I go back to the Sandra Bland case where Black people were so convinced that she was killed before she got into the jail. And my stance on that was, that's not how it works. There's no way he'd get away with that. There's no way he'd get away with that. And people were really just coming up with left and right things, and it was mind-blowing. I agree. And it wouldn't really be a big deal, but this is really focusing on the condition and the mind and the psychosis of Black people, right? There's a lot of people on YouTube put a bunch of foolishness out. We're not talking about them. We're talking about why our community responds the way we respond to information that's false and inaccurate or that hasn't been confirmed, right? Again, there's been a whole protest over the last couple of years. We burned down buildings, we burned down communities, we burned down our own shit, and we have nothing to show for it. You get what I'm saying? This is about how we respond to information, how we move before getting all the facts, how we're not really, we move off of symbolism and emotion. You know, we think racism can be ended with putting Harriet Tubman on a $20 bill, right? We think that matters. We think that means something. We think that's going to change something. These guys thought they can kick down the tree and it was supposed to, I don't know, be justice for Javion. That's the issue. So let's hear what this brother got to say. This is Prophet P. He's the one who initially dropped that screenshot. He's going to tell us where it came from. All right. Let me see how I zoom this in. Is this the right one? Oh, here it is.
Let me address something, okay? Because a lot of y'all are sending me videos and tagging me in videos from somebody named Taylor House. I want to dispel this entire rumor because it is putting people's lives in danger and it is total misinformation. Hear me when I say this. It is total misinformation. And the reason I did not address it at first, because I was like, why haven't these people just did the research? So let me help you out, and then I'm going to leave it alone. Taylor House took this picture right here from my post, screenshotted it, and then blew it up in order to get close to that. That's why it's so blurry, okay? Now, this picture I got on September the 12th. This was after Javion was found. This was September the 12th. Let me show you. And this is the post that I got it from, because this guy right here is the one that lives there, all right? And he posted this. He was out there and took a picture of it from across the street at the gas station. And this was on September the 12th. You see the date up there. This is my original post right here. Both of these. This is my original post. This right here, you see right there, September the 12th. Javion was found September the 11th. I know that because that is my mom and my dad's birthday. And he was found on September the 11th, not the 12th. So all this stuff right here that Taylor House is sitting up here posting, all this stuff he's saying that that's Javion and that reflection right there. No, it's not. It is not. That's the only reason I have not said anything about it, because people are sitting up here not using their brain. Use your mindset, use your brain, use your research skills to really actually see, all right? This was September the 12th that this picture was taken, not the 11th. Javion was already gone. He was already found, okay? That right there is not Javion in that car, right there in that reflection at all. So stop spreading that misinformation. You're putting people's lives in danger. People are being lied on. Stop that. Even the person that called into this show right here, you're putting out misinformation. Stop that, because I can discount it just like that. Again, he was found on September the 11th. This picture that I got was from September the 12th, the day after. So that is not Javion. Please stop it, and apologize to those people that y'all have been harassing. And this is my last time talking about it.
Okay. Two things with this. As an investigator, what am I looking at? Okay, who sent you that photo, first of all? And I'm going to reach out to this guy. I'm going to reach out to him after the stream is over, and I'm going to start digging into some more stuff. We're going to shut this Taylor House publishing thing down, because this shit is getting ridiculous. This photo this guy just posted, someone sent him that. My question is, when was the picture taken? Okay, when was it? And is there video? If there's video, please submit the video to somebody with some damn sense. Don't send it to Taylor, please. Send the video to me and let me look at it. Okay, I have the equipment, I have the knowledge, understanding to break the video down properly. Okay, I want to know, did you reach out to the attorney? Damn what I think. Sir, you have a video and you're claiming that this the night Javion Magee was killed by some strangers who surrounding him or something like that, because the guy on the phone call, the guy who called Taylor told him that he overheard the conversation, and Javion said, I want to talk to my mom. You guys, I'm not saying, let me tell you this. Let me tell you what happens. You have people, again, who aren't right in the head. They'll call and they'll make stuff up. This happens all the time. There's no rhyme or reason for it, but it happens. That's why you have to vet, verify, confirm. First thing I'm saying, did you reach out to any authority? Did you talk to the family? Did you talk to the attorney? Let me connect you with them. Let the attorneys vet them. So where were you at? Okay, this guy could turn around and be in a whole nother state, thinking he in the Carolinas recording the Javion. Somebody who looked like him. It could be the wrong. This could be nothing at all. He could have made this up. This could be somebody playing a prank. You guys, it happens. It happens. It happened. So this gentleman's talking about he's the source of that photo. Where did Taylor say he got the photo from? I don't know if this guy is, again, he seems disingenuous. He seems disingenuous. He doesn't seem like he's really legitimately trying to make this thing work, because it's hard to tell. I'm just, these videos, man, I can't, man, I absolutely can't. All right, nonetheless, let me look at, I don't even want to do this P. Diddy stream tomorrow. I'm so irritated with this shit. I'm gonna end it with this because I can go on about this and we're not getting nowhere because there's nothing I can do about the foolishness. Nothing I can do about the foolishness. But let me see. Where is this? 1 second. Anybody got any thoughts? I got one more video to show y'all. Any thoughts? I'm gonna have to start doing some exposing videos. I think that's what I'm ending up having to do. I think I'm gonna do some exposing videos on this particular situation. Let me find this last video. But when the exposing videos start coming out, I want y'all to have just a general understanding of why they're coming out and why I decided to do them. Just so you can kind of understand where I'm coming from. Then I'm going to start dropping some individual videos breaking down specific things. But at least you'll have kind of the backstory as to why I'm doing it. This has to stop. I've seen little small groups, but again, he's getting so much traction behind these stories. It's mind-boggling. Let me see if I can find this last video. What I downloaded it yesterday though. Let me see. That's it. What are y'all thoughts? What are y'all thoughts before we shut this down? I gotta go back. I need to go back on his page and see what he's posted recently, but I'm just so sick and tired of this foolishness going around. Where's that damn video at? I know, man. YouTube does not give my notifications. They don't. And that's been going on for a while. You know, ever since I've been dropping certain content, they're like, absolutely not. Absolutely not. I think I'm gonna do it for maybe 8 tomorrow. Maybe 7. Might do the stream for 7. Yeah, 7 p.m. I think. Get there a lot earlier to cover. Where is that video of this? Is it not on here? Oh, here it is. Here it is. Y'all know I made it. Shout out to this lady right here. You know, this whole stream about to take a left turn. This lady's name is Clarissa Rankin. Clarissa Rankin. She is she's popular on TikTok. I didn't even know. I was doing research, putting all this stuff together, you guys, before I even decided to do this live stream. Because there's so much content. I got to figure out a better way to present it. There's so much bullshit that this guy's been putting out. I can't keep up. And again, I was prepping for the Diddy. I was prepping for the Diddy video for tomorrow. And I just started seeing all these. I just had to put this little mosh posh. But let me tell you what sparked it. What made me want to actually do this last kind of just on the whim kind of thing was this video right here. Someone had mentioned to me, reached out to me and said, nah, Javion was suffering from mental health issues. The dad knew about it. The dad's acting like he don't know what's going on. I was like, man, can you send me some information? Can you forward something to me? Let me kind of look into it a little more. And I've been digging, and finally found a video that's talking about the Javion situation. And here's my thoughts on this. Mental health is a real thing. Depression is a real thing. Not ruling out anything until the media and the family really bring some closure to this case with some facts. Unfortunately, when it comes to people unaliving themselves, self-inflicting death upon themselves, you guys, and this is no disrespect to any families who's been through that. I've been through depression. I know what it feels like. It doesn't feel good. Obviously, people think they know you. People think they know you. And this is going to be the Clarissa thing I'm about to pull up. People think they know you, you guys. I tell family members all the time, I investigate these crimes. Children are criminals. Family member does something crazy. A parent does something crazy. Everybody's in denial. I understand. Someone unalives themselves. I understand. Someone commits murder on someone else. The family, nobody believes, not my Johnny, right? Not my Susan. I've heard it my entire career. I understand. I understand, you guys. I'm not saying that people aren't in disbelief. But when it comes to this, I'm telling you, you think you know what a person is going through and what they're dealing with. And a lot of times if they don't feel comfortable sharing, they don't share it. That's why everybody's always shocked when someone takes their life. They're always shocked. Rare you hear somebody say, "Oh, well, we saw that coming." No, it's a shock because you didn't see it coming. You didn't see it coming. You know, it's a real thing, you guys, and you know, you have to be, you know, as parents, it's difficult, you know. I prayed about it already. I pray for them and their loss. I pray that the truth just comes out. But what we don't need is people putting out ridiculous statements and information, pure nonsensical information surrounding this case. You are fueling confusion, and you are pandering to the parents what they want to believe happened, right? You're not helping them. You're not helping. You can help by giving out truthful information. But telling somebody what they want to hear is not helping. You know, if you're going to be an independent journalist, do it correctly, do it properly, be professional about it. If you're on here just to make views and make money, it's disgusting. You know, it's disgusting. So I came across this clip after doing some research, because eventually I was going to do like a little 30-minute video, but then I said to myself, how? There's so much to talk about. It's hard to do like a small video reaction on these things. And the reason why I haven't done a video on this case since the first one is because there hasn't been any substantial updates involving this case where I feel comfortable speaking on, right? And really kind of break down and give understanding. What I'm seeing is one person spreading a bunch of misinformation and then acting like he's not. I can't for the life of me understand this guy. I just can't, you know. Play this clip and then tell me what you think. And then, you know, I'm gonna do like a little 30-minute video probably later this week. I wanted to wait till after the funeral was over and see the updates on the autopsy as far as the blood work. People are saying, what's wrong? What's taking so long with the blood work for the autopsy? You know, you guys, those things take like a month sometimes to get back. But again, you wouldn't know that, right? You wouldn't know that. Autopsies, you know, the physical portion of the autopsy, okay, that's easy. right? It's easy. My theory is that the attorneys have realized what the situation is. That's why we haven't heard from them. I think that the attorneys know what the deal is now. The moment they go into this Javion's phone, you guys, I think everything's gonna start coming together. And let me play this video, and then we're gonna shut it down. I'm finished getting to this Diddy video. Did Diddy do it? All right, let me see.
Y'all know I made that video yesterday talking about it was a couple days ago, talking about the Javion Magee situation, because I kept getting tagged in the video. Okay. And not knowing where it's gonna lead. The only reason I got tagged because I have a huge platform in the trucking community, just to be a voice and an influencer in the trucking community, right? So one of the things that I don't do is I'm very big and strict about like some of the things I put on my platform till I do my research. Well, in my personal opinion, I just felt like it was just like he just self-harm himself. He just that's just my personal opinion, but I don't want to say much. But when I dropped the video, I ended up getting a message from a allegedly friend of Javion's, right? And I pulled back like, I don't want to say too much on it. But the young man ended up inboxing me and said, I ain't one of his best friends. I'm one of his close friends. And I tried to tell his dad that something was mentally going on with Javion, and he was fighting demons because some of the things he would say to us when we was hanging out, that it didn't sit good with me. He said, I was raised to know better. He said, my mama taught us, like, if you're going through something, you talk about it. And he said some of the things that was said to me, I just felt like he needed help. Okay. So, I ended up calling the young man. We ended up talking for a while, and the young man seemed like he was like very upbeat. Like he seemed like he was in right mind, right spirit, right soul. And the young man seemed very hurt. And I got messages and everything I'm gonna go over with y'all. But it seemed like he was very hurt that he wasn't able to save Javion. He said that he tried to let his dad know that Javion was fighting demons from him saying to him and the other friend that he wanted to unalive himself. What would y'all do? And just to make this clear, I cannot make this up. It's right here. Proof is in the pudding from this alleged friend that sent me pictures of him and Javion hanging out together, they in the car together, videos together, post up at the gas station together, and all that stuff. So I don't got no reason to lie. He sent me.
Okay, what do I like about this video? She's putting out information. She's saying what? Allegedly. Okay, this is how it's supposed to be done. She's also talking about how this person who gave her this information is being vetted. How does she vet him? Hey, here's proof of photos of us together. She spoke to him on the phone. He's willing to share information and knowledge to kind of get his story out there. He then gives her personal information that only he would know as the friend, as a close friend. You know, I would even, if I had access to him, I'd bring him on the stream. I'd be like, hey, let's do a stream. Come up here and please tell the story, share the story. Tell us what we're missing from this whole thing. And I'd go from there. So I appreciate her even sharing this information. I'll let you decide whether or not you think it's valid. Again, I have to do a more proper video, you guys. This is just last minute me throwing some things together. I know it's late. And so, but I am going to put some stuff together, but I just want you guys to know why I'm doing it. Because I'm not really going to recap a whole lot of stuff when I make the video. I'm only going to speak to specific issues that are being done. So anyways, let me get back to this.
Text messages, he sent me everything, okay, from what he could, and he just felt like he just wants somebody to listen to him, because he said he allegedly tried to warn his dad that something was wrong with his son. That's what this young man told me. So this is what the young man told me. And he sent this to me. he said the only reason he reaching out to me is because I was the only video that he kind of seen that kind of made sense to, like, thank God, like, somebody would hear me. Somebody, if I say this, you would believe me if I say this to you, that I feel like he unalived himself. So the young boy gave me his number, and I responded back. I said, this is Clarissa Rankin. I tried to call you. You didn't answer. So the man just responded back, and he said, I got pictures. I got of us together. I don't have no reason to lie. I got text messages from him, and I'm telling you that when we used to be together, he used to be tweaking. He said my mama even was trying to help him at one time because he showed out so bad. He was tweaking, and it's like he was seeing demons so bad that one day we had an event. And he said that I just want you to hear me. I got everything. I got proof of telling you, like, I don't have no reason to lie. He said, I got proof. Just hear me that I feel like that Javion did this to himself. So I said, well,
so a couple of things she mentioned there, you know, he said, okay, he's been seeing things. He sees demons, right? He's seen demons. I've been telling y'all, you know, we had a last stream about this, you know, about this spiritual stuff popping up. You know, there's a lot of this stuff that's going to be going on, you know, but I'm gonna let her finish talking. But this is going to have to be a video we have to dive into on another time. But I'm just going to play it out just to kind of, that it's on here, because it's going to be a big part of the video that I'm going to do, kind of putting all these pieces together. I'm going to need some time to clip some of this foolishness. But anyways, I'm going to let her get back to it.
What proof do you have? He sent me everything. And one of the things he sent, it was Javion allegedly sending him a message saying, you know, I be thinking a lot of shit, though. He said, really all I can do on this road. You remember I told y'all the other day, when you are on the road as a truck driver, the only thing you got is your mind, that equipment, and that road. That's all you got. Mm-hmm. So if you already battling with any kind of depression or anxiety or anything like that, you're going to battle with it more because you got more time to be confined within your mind. Okay? Let's get that clear. So Javion also sent him a message saying where he was heading or whatever, and he said, this is allegedly what Javion told the best friend. He said, I'm smooth, though. I'm finna be gaining weight like a mother, though. All right? And then he said, I've been getting lazy as shit. He said, I need some dumbbells or something. So the friend suggested to him, because the friend said he used to always talk to Javion on the phone when he was driving sometime. And he said that once they realized, him and the other guy realized, like, he be kind of battling with demons, they'll always check up on him and see how he doing. And he got messages that, like, how you doing, bro? What's going on? You know, like, all this is right here in this message. And just seeing how he doing, like, what's up, gang? What's going on? Like that. So when Javion told him that he needs to lose, he gonna be gaining weight or whatever, the friend suggested to him, he said, I was just trying to be a friend, like my mama taught me, like just trying to be there for him. Because he said, I really like Javion. He was cool, and I know he was battling with something, so I was trying to help just as a human, just trying to help. The friend responded, he said, you better be doing some push-ups when you at the stop. Like, you better be doing some workouts while you at the stop. And Javion just responded back. He said, yeah, I'm going to have to get some dumbbells or something, right? That was that one conversation. But this is where the conversation kind of get to be like, I told y'all something went right. You never know what people going through. Javion sent him a message, allegedly. Javion sent him a message on June 13th, on Thursday at 10:59 p.m. Shit, I've been on the road, bro, and this shit different. There it go. So if that young man, as the friend, already been talking to, just allegedly talking to Javion, and he already know that Javion be battling with a demon, and Javion done told him that. And you know, these young kids are gonna talk to their friend before they talk to their mom or talk to us. They gonna talk to a girl before they talk to us or whatever. If he done been knowing that, the friend responded back and said, I'm already knowing, like, it hit different, you know? When the friend allegedly called that dad, listen to me, sir, to Javion's dad, if you ever watch this video, if, I don't know if this is true, but if this young best friend ever reached out to you and tried to tell you that your son was battling with depression or a demon or something within him, and you did not do anything to help your baby, you're never going to be able to live with a clear mind another day in your life, because you're going to always say, I wish I was there to help my son. I wish I would have listened to him. So I'm sorry for your loss, sir. But if this is true, I am sorry for you. Okay? Because it says right here, allegedly, the next morning when Javion got up, he said,
all right, what did she said a mouthful right there. She said a mouthful. I think a lot of times people undermine this idea that parents don't have a clue as to what's going on. And what she's saying is, allegedly, the friend is telling her that, listen, I told the dad that something was off. Here's another thing that I pointed out in the first video that I did about this case, is that the person who was notified first was the father. Okay, I'm gonna tell you why that's important when you finish hearing this clip. The father was notified first, not the mother, right? The sheriff told the mother that she had to get permission from the father to release some information to her, right? And I thought that was weird. To me, that said a lot. Okay, that said a lot. So there's a lot of stuff going on in this case that, one, the parents, the family are not being forthcoming about. Period. I'm gonna tell you that right now. The family is not being honest and transparent on their part as to what is actually going on from their side of the fence as it relates to this incident. They're just not, you guys, and it's obvious. I can tell you just as an investigator that even when the father gave his speech, I could tell something wasn't right about the speech that he gave. He couldn't say anything positive about his son, really, right? You know, he didn't have anything to say about his son. And with all due respect, there was a lack of affect showing on his face when he was talking about his son. That's a fact. When I watched the press conference with him, I won't say press conference, but the parents were speaking, the attorneys were there. The father seemed real disconnected. With all due respect. I mean, just I call as I see it. When I heard this, I was like, okay, well, that's probably what I was picking up. I'm gonna tell you why though.
The guy responded back, "Are you good?" And that's all the message that he sent from right there. But this is where it gets real good. On September the 3rd, on a Tuesday at 3:42 a.m., allegedly, Javion texts his friend, "Shit is crazy, bro. I'ma push it like my dumb ass was doing with that front." The friend responded back, "What happened?" Javion responded back with the same message again. "Shit is crazy, but I'ma push it like my dumb ass was doing with that front."
Okay, that could mean a couple different things, right? Now, this isn't speculation. This is speculation in reference to the statement, but oftentimes we have telling just within the Black community, when someone fronts you something, okay, what does that mean, you guys? Someone fronts you something. Well, in the criminal enterprise, what it means within our community from a criminal standpoint, someone fronts you money, they front you drugs without you having to put any down payment on. Basically, in so many ways, it's like a loan, right? Hey, can you front me something? Can you front me this? Can you front me that? Right? That's a terminology used often. A lot of people use it, but as it relates to this, that's a statement that's used when someone is fronting them either a loan, whether it's either something illegal that they're going to probably flip and turn around for a profit and then pay them back on the back end. So those are terminologies used. So obviously, it doesn't go into details at all. It doesn't go into details in reference to what's being fronted or whatever. But based off of context, we don't really know what he's referring to specifically. This goes back to what I said earlier. A lot of people are in denial. I won't say denial, but a lot of people don't think this is a possible correlation to criminal acts, right? Again, I said this case unfolds in 3 ways. 1, he self-deleted. 2, he's a victim of a racial attack, right? Or 3, he's a victim of a homicide based on criminal affiliation. Again, truck drivers are known to push drugs for cartel, for drug dealers and gang members, because they're able to move drugs through state lines fairly easily. Okay, so this is a known fact. So I was like, these are the 3 outcomes, obviously, and based on the evidence and the information that gets presented, we'll know which one is actually which. So him making this statement, allegedly, the friend making this statement to her and saying, or I'm saying, I'm sorry, she's reading a screenshot text messages between Javion and the friend, allegedly. Okay. What does that mean as an investigator, you guys? What that means to me is, and I told you this on the first video, the first thing I'm doing is I'm getting in his phone, getting a search warrant. I'm going to go through his phone. And then what? I'm going through his text messages. I'm going to his call log. I want to see who he spoke to last. I want to see who he was texting before he passed away. And then I also want to look at his browsing history. Oftentimes, I've worked cases where people who self-deleted, they went online and they Googled how to do it. Went online and they Googled how to get away with it. They Googled how to make it look like they were killed so that they could fake the insurance money, right? Get the insurance money for their family. Dude, I've seen a lot. I've seen a lot. I'm not telling you what happened. I'm giving you a better understanding so that you can process these things differently, okay? This isn't telling you how to think. I'm telling you to be mindful that there's processes and there's scenarios that you just don't really understand, not because you probably don't want to, but you just don't have the knowledge. And that's okay. But again, if you see everything through the lens of racism, then everything you're going to look at is going to be racist. It's just that simple. Your eyes are biased. Your ears are biased. And because your eyes and ears are biased, you're only looking at things that complement your own bias. That's why this guy is such an idiot. That's why he's such an idiot. Whether he's doing it intentionally or he's just an idiot. And I have to say that because you have to hear the stuff that's been coming out of his mouth. And the confidence that he has peddling false information is I can't. So, oh shoot, shout out to Shannon in the chat. Shout out to you, Shannon. Shout out to you, brother. Shout out to you. Yeah. You guys check out Shannon. That's the big homie, always holding it down. I don't understand. I don't understand. I just don't understand. And I like what she's doing. I'm gonna reach out to her and see if I can get in contact with a friend. And I can validate him even further, right? I know what to look for. I know how to validate and vet. And so the real question people should be asking is that if this is true, the best friend has text messages of a conversation he had with Javion about being not too stable. Guess what? That's evidence, you guys. That's evidence for this case. He has proof saying that he's been going through some things, he's been suffering, he's been seeing things. Obviously, you would think the attorneys and stuff want to know about this. Again, this hurts their case. They're looking to get paid. That's a fact. These guys didn't go all the way up here to do this out the goodness of their heart. That's what they'll tell you. But they're not doing this for free. You know, they're not doing this for free.
Okay? And this was on September the 3rd at 3:42 a.m. My question is, before I read the rest of it, no, he said, so the friend responded back, you never told me what's going on. And he said, Nigga, had me worried about you, bro. Like, you got me worried. What's going on? Javion allegedly responded back, nah, you ain't got to worry about it. Just pray for me. Okay? The friend responded back, what happened? That's the last conversation he sent about that. Then he sent me pictures of him and Javion together. Like, he's saying, I'm telling you, this is my friend, right? So, from just reading that, now me not knowing who this, I don't know Javion from a can of paint. I don't know his family, nothing. I'm just telling you what this person sent to me because he felt like somebody's gonna listen to him. And I told him, and he said, you got the platform to hear me. Like, I was trying to help. I was trying to tell his dad. So he said, Clarissa, like, I said, well, can I say something online? He said, I don't care. He said, I just wanted to help my friend and nobody's listening to me. Nobody's hearing me. Let me say this. When it come down to the person that was the spokesperson for the family at that gathering, I'm going to analyze this right quick. Okay. He set his good goof behind on that camera and sat there and said that, basically what he was doing was common. Buying a rope was common. You need a rope for trucks and that doesn't get, sir, stop talking, because you didn't, first of all, you didn't barely knew what you was talking about because you kept reassuring and looking over your shoulders for everybody to reassure what you was talking about. If that's the school that you went to, school of law, whatever, you should did some more research and they need to get their money back because you sat up there and made a complete fool of yourself. Baby, ain't no reason by nobody buying no rope. If somebody need a rope, you talking about the keys and universal keys and all that stuff, they could take the seatbelt, put it through the door, and put it through that doggone hoop, okay? If he needed to lock the door because he was scared. Then he didn't even stay in the truck. He was trying to go off himself in the hotel room. Let's get that clear. Stop playing. You should have never got your behind on there talking about.
Now, I made that statement too, that there's a good chance that if he was trying to delete himself, that he was going to do that in the hotel, you know, and if he did that in the hotel, that would have kind of obviously limited all of this, right? But anyways, let's keep going. Let's
trying to talk for that family because you made a fool of yourself and you embarrassed the trucking community by trying to tell us like what he need rope for. Another thing, that type of rope is never going to be used on these trucks. That thing gonna ravel apart at 2.5 seconds as soon as it get running on the road. And the next thing, if he need anything, he can use scraps, he can use loading bars, he can use bungee cords, stuff like that. There's no reason for him to use that type of rope. That type of rope don't hold no weight. The type of rope or the type of things that he would need to, as a truck driver, as you was trying to indicate, is a scrap. A scrap, a bunch, or a loading bar. So when weight push up against it, it won't go nowhere. It will be in stance. It will be in its place. For it won't shift when you moving that freight 3,000 pounds. It can. What's the name for? Flatbed and stuff like that. That's the type of equipment that he need. He do not need that little piece of rope. Baby, that little piece of rope wouldn't have did a doggone thing for that truck. Let's get that clear. And you should know that if you would have did your research. So that really pisses me off because you sitting here trying to make it seem like it was a normal thing. It was a normal thing for him to be able to buy that rope. Call a spade a spade. The cousin... Sorry for your loss, sweetheart, but you jumped the gun. You shouldn't have took your behind this internet and talked about how the law enforcement and all that didn't want to do nothing for your family. You talked too soon, sweetheart, and you did that for you can go viral. Now you got all these people making these videos for Javion Magee, and they just doing that to go viral. They just doing that for content. Now you got all these people thinking that it was something like it was a lynching or whatever like that, all to go viral.
Yep.
So you shouldn't have did that. You shouldn't have did that because you made your family look bad, and you made that whole scene look bad. And in all reality, the baby was suffering from mental health. That baby committed that crime on himself. That baby offed himself. He tried to off himself in that hotel room. Call a spade a spade. Sorry for your loss. But that baby off himself in that hotel. He wanted to off himself in that hotel room. He just couldn't get a room. Baby, truck drivers don't do all that moving around and stuff.
She is her frustration is exactly what I'm feeling, and I haven't been able to process it like her. And again, you can see this is a rush thrown together thing. I promise you, I'm gonna have it together. I promise you. But I had to just get on here and just kind of vent a little bit. But we're gonna get it straight. I promise you, we're gonna get it straight. Shout out to her channel. She's on Instagram and TikTok. Clarissa Ranking on social media. Let me see if I can put it up again. I appreciate her sharing the information that she has. I think based on her reaction, she feels confident that she vetted the individual. But here's the thing, you guys, if the best friend has this, the police have it. If the police have it, guess what they're doing? They're going to try and confirm. My issue is, if this is true, the father went on there knowing that there were some issues. And instead of just being honest, saying, hey, blah, 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 they refused to. But like she said, the same point I was arguing earlier in the beginning of this stream is that the people have lost their mind with this case. They've taken and they ran with it. Now it's turned into something that it shouldn't have turned into, right? And Taylor House Publishing is dropping a video, look like twice a day about nothing. And it's all these, and again, I think that I was just looking earlier. He got the chief. Now he's ruffling feathers. Don't get it twisted. Taylor is ruffling feathers in the wrong way. And people feel the need to call and defend themselves. The sheriff, I don't know how he got the sheriff on the phone. I don't even know if the sheriff knew the phone call was recorded. That's another thing, right? Did you tell the sheriff that you were recording the conversation you had with them that you put on YouTube? Because I don't know if the sheriff would want you to do that, and oh my God, this shit is crazy.
We don't do that unless we got somebody that we're going to see in that area, or we got a family member coming to pick us up, or something like that. We don't do all that moving, especially if he got a truck with a sleeper. I'm sorry to say this, but all this stuff is unnecessary. All this extra crime, all this extra attention that y'all are giving this particular topic is all unnecessary. It's all because the cousin got her good goof behind this internet and sat there and made a video and jumped the gun before everything can even get started of doing the investigation.
Now that I will agree with. I will definitely agree with that. I think the cousin jumped the gun. I think just because you don't think something's moving fast enough doesn't mean it's not moving at the speed it's supposed to move, right? There's only so much you can do. There's a lot of misinformation around this case. And the only people who know the truth are going to be the sheriff and the family. The problem is it's easy for a victim or the victim's family to misinterpret things that are going on because they don't understand how the process works. For example, I didn't get a chance to see the body. They wouldn't let me see the body. When I hear something like that coming from a civilian, what does that mean to me as an investigator, right? As an officer? In my mind, I'm like, okay, let me hear what happened, because there's a possibility that you interpret it the way you wanted to, but that's not what was told to you. That happens more than you guys think. It happens a lot within our community specifically. I police our community majority of my time. 80% of my policing career was done in the Black community. So I'm speaking to you based on my experience policing and serving Black people, what I came across. I came across a lot of us who interpret what we want to hear, not what was said. Okay? This goes back to what I said about our ears being biased, our eyes being biased. Okay? Ma'am, here's a picture of your son committing burglary. How do you know that stuff is stolen? That's what they'll tell me. Ma'am, that's your son right here. Well, he's just carrying a purse. Man, I just told you that purse was stolen in the burglary. Well, how do you know it was stolen? Right? Ma'am, your son is not going to get bond for these charges because he was already out on bond on another robbery case. What does that translate to some people? They go back and tell their family, he's not getting a bond because the system is racist. He didn't harm anybody. Nobody got hurt. He should get a bond. If he was white, he would have got a bond. This is what happens in our community, you guys. This is a fact. And it doesn't mean to say that people aren't abusing power or racially profiling in the system. That's not what I'm talking about. Because that's true. Those things do happen. What I'm talking about is how a person can be given the truth and be given the facts. They take what's being said and they create their own narrative behind it. Then they take that narrative and they go spread it to other people. It becomes contagious in our community. And next, you know, we have false narratives. Just like that. Just like that. When it comes to this situation about not seeing the body was found in North Carolina. The family lives in Chicago. It took the family almost a week to come down to the Carolinas to even see about this incident. A week. For whatever reason, I don't know why, but it took almost a week. The body can't stay under the tree for a week until the family shows up. The body is not in police custody for a week until the family. That's not how it works. The moment a body is found, detectives go out there, investigate, take pictures of the scene. Once all the photos and evidence is collected to the best of their ability, the body is removed by the medical examiner. Within a day, they couldn't figure out who his family was or whatever. The body still has to go to the medical examiners, whether you like it or not. When the body's over there, you can't freely just go in there and see the body. They can't open up a Zoom call, Zoom chat, or FaceTime or nothing for you to see the body. It doesn't work like that. I'm sure they make exceptions from time to time, but it doesn't work like that. The body was positively identified, I believe, by the father. So people hear what they want to hear. That's why we have to be careful. When I'm talking to when I'm talking to Black people about these issues, I try to get the full story. You won't believe the stories Black folks told me about how they believe they're in a racist encounter, and then we go through the motions and we go through it step by step, and they come out saying, "Oh, okay, you're right, that wasn't racist," and then they diddy bop back to the life after they've told that lie to 300 people already. Right? I talked to you. You told me after we went through the whole motions. You called me. You set up a consultation. We're going through the whole thing, and then we ended with, "Damn, you're right, Nathan. That wasn't racist." Guess what? You told your half the family that it was already. Then they went and told their friends. Their friend told their friend. And here we go. You know what that's called? It's called propaganda. It's propaganda, you guys. You know, you're putting out this information, people are confused and misled all the time. All the time.
So I'm just keeping it real. And a lot of people don't like for you to be real. But at the end of the day, like I told y'all, when you behind that steering wheel, it's just you, your mind, that equipment, and the road. And you got to make sure you keep yourself together. So with that being said, I said what I said. I don't have no reason to lie. I'm just saying, I'm just speaking up for the young man that's allegedly his best friend, and I'm being a voice for him. He tried to warn that family, allegedly, that it was something wrong with this young man. And he tried to warn the family, allegedly, that the guy that Javion was seeing demons and everything else. And now that young man is never gonna forget his friend. Allegedly, he's never going to forget his friend and what happened. He's feeling now that did he do all he could do? Yes, he did all he can do. If this is true, and which is going to come out if the young man did off himself, if this is true, now this young man got to deal with this the rest of his life, all because he told that daddy that something was wrong with his son. And let me say this one thing before I go. It's very common in the black community that y'all tell these men to be quiet when they cry. Be quiet and sit down somewhere. Ain't nothing wrong with your ass. Sit down. Stop that. People be dealing with life. Life be life for everybody. And at the end of the day, if you are not going to be a person that stand up for someone when they tell you something's wrong with their mental space, don't be a person in their environment at all. Find that person some help. Find that child some help. Listen to your kids when they say, look, I'm not right. I'm not together. Get me some help. People act like people in the black community don't have issues. Everybody have issues, but life really be lifing for some people. Some people cannot help the card that they was dealt with when it come down to their mental space and their mental capacity of what they dealing with. Some people cannot fight demons within their mind, and it's very human. It's very unfortunate, but it's very human. And I feel sorry for this I feel sorry for Javion, because ain't nobody in their right mind gonna do all that moving around and just got their CDLs. Ain't nobody in their right mind. So when everything really come out, I promise you, Lord rest his baby soul, but I'm gonna be praying for the mama. I'll be praying because he said that Javion didn't have a big relationship with the mom. He had a relationship with the dad. But whatever happened, this is to the daddy. Whatever happens when y'all was in Miami for your wedding, that best friend said, whatever happened when y'all was down there in Miami, or whatever happened with Javion, that changed his whole aspect of you. That's what his friend said. So I'm just being a voice in the trucker industry and just trying to just be a voice for this young man, because he feels horrible. And it don't seem like, and now what you going to tell me I'm crazy? Or what you going to tell me, oh, that man don't know Javion. Javion right there in the picture with him. He copy and paste, edit that picture. Like, or you might say, he don't know Javion. How did I know that the daddy got married in Miami to his new wife? How did I know that the young man called? Allegedly, he said he called that daddy and he told him, your son be talking like kind of off. He be talking about off of himself and everything else. And he said the dad said Javion is an overthinker. He be overanalyzing stuff. Ain't nothing wrong with Javion. That's exactly what that young man told me. So if it was my baby, if this was my child telling me this about one of his friends, I'll be at your front door telling you, you better listen to my baby. Check your child.
Check your child.
Because at the end of the day, kids ain't going to just take out time to do all this. This young man is sending me pictures and messages and everything about the conversation, all because he wants somebody to hear him. Well, I'm being a voice for him. I hear him. I hear that young man say, this, da-da-da-da-da-da-da. I hear him. And if he a damn liar, damn it, he a good doggone liar. But I hear that baby. I'm just saying. And so if you don't like what I just said, you'll be all right. Have a good day. Praying for the family. Good with me. He said,
interesting. Oh my God. There's a lot to unpack with that. We're going to unpack this later this week, I promise. I'm going to put something decent together. Oh my God. Someone said I should reach out to Taylor. I can't reach out to him. I can't take him seriously. I can't take him seriously. I cannot take him seriously. What he's doing is wrong, and the way he's going about it is wrong. The intention of what he's trying to do is good. I'm not going to lie. I think it's great. I think more people should do it. I just think there just is a professionalism. There's a wisdom behind it. There's an intellect behind it. And I have not seen him display that. I haven't. I have not, you guys. And I've had this conversation on this channel before with somebody about when you have unqualified people talking about things they're not qualified to talk about, and how that has a negative impact on media, on social media, on our community, especially if it's Black related stuff. It doesn't end well. It doesn't. And a lot of times people are doing this for money. They're incentivized to be purposely divisive and ignorant. They're incentivized. So listen, I just needed a moment to vent. I appreciate you guys. I'm going to compile some stuff together. I'm gonna probably address this Taylor thing after I really put some of his videos together and really break it down. But these internet detectives, my God, this shit gotta stop. This is crazy. This has gotten crazy. And these text messages, allegedly, if this is true, coming from the friend of Javion Magee, the attorneys need to know about it. And this is something that can easily be verified through the police. Police investigators can easily verify the validity of those messages, which I assure you they probably already have. And even if the messages were deleted, we still can get them. So I have a feeling, my theory is that after the funeral, and again, my condolences go out to the family, regardless, at the end of the day, they lost a son. They lost a family member. So that goes without saying. This isn't about Javion's. This is not about taking his death seriously or saying that things is or it isn't. This is about people who are making statements that they should not be making, doing things that they should not be doing, and really causing more problems than they are actually solving. And though you have people who listen and are tuning in, listening to it, doesn't make it any right. It doesn't justify the foolishness, right? So, where are we going next from here? We're gonna wait until I think what's gonna happen. My theory is after the funeral, give it a day or two. I believe the parents, the family are gonna have to come out. It'd be best once all the truth and evidence comes out, they need to come out and do another press conference, really kind of, or the attorneys, and explaining what the founding of the investigation is. I think if those text messages are in his phone, or if anything supporting that he unalived himself comes out, I don't think they're going to share that info. I don't think they're going to share it. I don't think we're going to hear a news update on it. I just don't think so. I think we're only going to hear information that supports him being killed by either a white perpetrator and it's being racially motivated. That's the only time we're going to hear any additional updates from the media standpoint. It's going to have to lean towards a narrative of being a white perpetrator, racist person, or the police. Outside of that, you guys, we're probably not going to get any updates. We're going to have to dig for an update, but we're probably not going to get one. The attorneys are going to drop the case because they're no longer can make money off of it. And then the family is going to be left probably dealing with that unsatisfied, probably never accepting the findings. So in the report I saw, the attorneys said that if the evidence comes out supporting that he did unalive himself, that they would accept the evidence. But right now, they're not comfortable with what's being shown to them. So we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. So I'm gonna close it out with that, you guys. Stay tuned for tomorrow. We're gonna get into the Diddy situation, update on that. There's been some good updates, and so I want to break down that case. Maybe I'll have to do maybe like a 30-minute video I want to wait until the Javion Magee thing has been finalized. My plan was to do an update after it was all finalized. I felt like I touched on enough in the first video. This is just really pointing out a lot of the foolishness going on, a lot of the false rumors and the crazy, crazy, crazy stuff that's been said. I didn't even get a chance to even get in all of it. I couldn't even focus on all the bullshit that's been being spread around. I just couldn't even play the videos, just too much. Taylor, stop. Stop, brother. Sit down somewhere. Please sit your ass down and stop, dude. You're embarrassing yourself. You are embarrassing yourself and you're making our community look real stupid right now. Just please slow down, man. Slow down, brother. Slow down. You're doing stuff out of order. And it doesn't look good. It doesn't look good. It doesn't look good. And you're embarrassing the people who are over there aligning with whatever that's the foolishness you're putting out. So yeah. Jesus Christ. Anyways, you guys, that's it. I can't. I'm tired. Let these truths find you where the lies have left you. You guys, good night. God bless. Thank you to our moderators. Thank you guys for coming in this last wee hour non-notification live stream. We was rocking 50 strong this whole time. Anyways, I'm gonna drop a video on this, and then we kind of get your thoughts because the stream's already too long, going 3 hours. Anyways, y'all, good night. God bless. See you tomorrow on the Diddy stream. Diddy do it.